Sir, today morning onwards, we are starting the revision series for indirect tax with the name Happy Morning with ANM. So, the objective of this is to revise not line by line, but to recall the provisions, whatever we have learned. Within short span of time, we will be revising one topic, my dear lovable students. So, first we know that the important chapter is supply. In that section, 7 is the hero. Section 7 classified into 4 categories. 7 subsection 1, 7 subsection 1a, 7 subsection 2, 7 subsection 3. 7 subsection 1 again classified into 4 categories. 7 subsection 1 class A, 7 subsection 1 class AA, 7 subsection 1 class B, 7 subsection 1 class C. We are having section 7 subsection 1 of the CGST Act. Section 7 subsection 1 class A, supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, barter, transfer, exchange, license, lease, rental or disposal, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. Section 7 subsection 1 class AA, activities or transactions by a person other than an individual to its members or constituents or vice versa for cash, deferred payment or other valuable consideration. Section 7 subsection 1 class B, import of services for a consideration whether or not in the course or furtherance of business is a supply. Section 7 subsection 1 class C, activities specified in schedule 1 made or agreed to be made without a consideration. So section 7 subsection 1 class A is explaining what and all items will tantamount to supply. 4 activities will tantamount to supply, which are section 7 subsection 1 class A, section 7 subsection 1 class AA, section 7 subsection 1 class B, section 7 subsection 1 class C. That section 7 subsection 1 class A, in order to be a supply, sir, it should be made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person. In the person, adukana exception da section 7 subsection 1 class A. In the course or furtherance of business kind exception da section 7 subsection 1 class B. Correct? Sir, made or agreed to be made for a consideration kind exception da section 7 subsection 1 class C. Right. So once it falls under section 7 subsection 1, either class A, class AA, class B or class C, you have to segregate that into either supply of goods or supply of services as per section 7 subsection 1A, where certain activities or transaction constitute a supply in accordance with the provisions of, they shall be treated as either as supply of goods or supply of services as referred to in. In case 7 subsection 1 la விழுந்தாச்சுனா அத நம்ம either supply of goods treat பண்ணனும் இல்ல supply of services treat பண்ணனும். That's what the important section 7 subsection 1A. It should be read with schedule 2, which is classification. Correct? Yes, sir. Then section 7 subsection 2 of the CGST Act. Section 7 subsection 2 can be classified into 2 categories. Section 7 subsection 2 class A, section 7 subsection 2 class B. Correct? Notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 1. Subsection 1 சொன்ன எதையுமே மதிக்காதீங்க. Activities or transactions specified in schedule 3 or such activities or transactions undertaken by a central government, state government, local authority in which they are engaged as public authority, as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of the council, shall be neither treated as supply of goods nor supply of services. In the ரெண்டு விஷயங்கள் supply of goods கிடையாது, supply of services கிடையாது. It is outside the scope of GST, which is section 7 subsection 2 NA and section 7 subsection 2 class B. Correct? Yes, sir. So section 7 subsection 2 class A, activities or transactions specified in N3 or such activities or transactions undertaken by a central government, state government or local authority in which they are engaged as public authority, as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of the council, shall neither be treated as supply of goods nor be treated as supply of So we traveled through section 7 subsection 1. Section 7 subsection 1 la viழுந்தா supply. Correct? Sir, in case supply aachana, it should be read with section 7 subsection 1A. It has to be categorized as either supply of goods or supply of services. Correct? Yes, sir. Sir, ana section 7 subsection 2 la விழ அப்படி விழுந்துச்சுனா அது என்னவே கிடையாது. Now, sir, they are having a clarification of 7 subsection 3. Sir, 7 subsection 3 can be classified into two categories. 7 subsection 3 clause A and 7 subsection 3 clause B. Subject to the provision of subsection 1, 1A and 2. This is notwithstanding. This is a subject to. The government may, on the recommendation of the council, specify by notification the transaction to be treated as supply of goods and not supply of services. Supply of services and not supply of goods. That means சில activity or transaction இன்னைக்கு வேணா நாங்க supply of goods னு சொல்லி இருக்கலாம், நாளைக்கு அது நாங்க supply of மாத்துவோம். இன்னைக்கு வேணா supply of services னு சொல்லி இருக்கலாம், நாளைக்கு வேணா நாங்க அதுக்கான power எங்க கிட்ட இருக்கு, அதை நீங்க கேள்வி கேட்க கூடாது. So that is what section 7 subsection 3 is all about. Whatever provisions of section 7 we have discussed in the CGST Act is dragged to the IGST Act also by way of section 20 of the Act IGST Act. So provisions of scope of supply under the Act CGST Act have also been made applicable to IGST Act by section 20 of the enacted. That means section 7 of the CGST Act is equal to section 20 of the IGST Act. Are you clear? Yes, sir. Whereas supply. So this is the one line summary. Supply includes and supply excludes. இதெல்லாம் supply, இது supply கிடையாது. Number 1, supply for a consideration in the course or furtherance of business. That is section 7 subsection 1 clause A and section 7 subsection 1 clause AA. Both will tantamount to supply. Import of services for a consideration whether or not in the course or furtherance of business is a supply as per section 7 subsection 1 clause B. Supply without consideration, even that is also a supply as per section 7 subsection 1 clause C read with schedule 1. Activity to be treated as supply of goods or supply of services as per section 7 subsection 1A read with schedule 2. Right? So, in order to be a supply, ஒரு விஷயம் என்ன ஆகணும்னா supply ஆகணும்னா section 7 subsection 1 clause A, section 7 subsection 1 clause AA, section 7 subsection 1 clause B, section 7 subsection 1 clause C இந்த நாலு விஷயத்துல விழணும். அப்படி விழுந்தாச்சுனா அது என்னாச்சு? Once என்னாச்சுனா, my dear lovable students, it has to be classified as either supply of goods or supply of services as specified in 7 subsection 1A read with schedule 2. Right? But excludes negative list of services. இந்த விஷயங்கள் என்ன கிடையாது? 7 subsection 2 read with schedule 3. Clarity? Up in order to be a supply as per section 7 subsection 1 clause A, these parameters are important. That is, supply should be of dash or dash or dash. Supply should be for a supply should be made by a, even though section 7 subsection 1 clause A said that made by a person, the deemed meaning of that person should be a person. Otherwise there is no supply. Correct than earlier? Or made in the course or end of business. And supply should be a taxable supply. Supply should be a, because it should not cover under section 11 of the CGST Act, because exemption is applicable, means for such supply there is no tax. So in order to tax it under the GST law, this many parameters should be there. Supply should be of dash or dash or dash. For a, made by a, made in the, and supply should be a taxable supply. Are you all really with me? Yes, we start analyzing the clause one by one, which we are going to analyze section 7 subsection 1 NIA. Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services on board, such as sale, barter, transfer, exchange, license, lease, rental or disposal, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. Right? Yes, in from the parent definition, this we will call it as parent definition. Sir, we are having goods, services, consideration, person and business. There are 5 words are there. So that's what we are calling as a related definition. In a definition, related definition, we are having goods, services, consideration, person, business. Okay. Yes, goods is explained in section 2 subsection 52 of the CGST Act. Services has been explained in section 2 subsection 102 of the CGST Act. Consideration has been explained in section 2 subsection 31 of the CGST Act. Person has been explained in section 2 subsection 84 of the CGST Act. Business has been explained in section 2 subsection 17 of the CGST Act. Always the definition will be explained in section 2 of the CGST Act, right? Yes, or any act, let it be. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Upper goods 2 subsection 52, services 2 subsection 102, consideration 2 subsection 31, person 2 subsection 84, business 2 subsection 70. Shall we go through 2 subsection 52 of the CGST Act? Yes, sir. Goods means, goods includes, goods excludes. Goods means every kind of movable property. Goods includes actionable claims, growing crops or grass or things attached to or forming part of land, which are agreed to be severed before supply or under a contract of supply. Excludes money and securities. Up every kind of movable property another goods. Goods includes any claim. Yella actionable claim goods. Correct? That actionable claim has been amended for our examination. Sir, betting, casinos, gambling, horse racing, lottery and online gaming. They have increased the scope of in a claim, actionable claim. All actionable claims are goods. But if you check or refer the schedule 3, actionable claim other than lottery, betting, gambling, sir, is outside the scope of GST. Yes, to that list of lottery, betting, gambling, these many items are also taxable. So they have added more item to the in a claim, actionable claim, and they have inserted, we already know rule number 31, valuation rule. Yeah, yes, they inserted rule number 31B and rule number 31C for the respective in a claim, actionable claim, valuation. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. So actionable claim means now betting, betting, casino, gambling, horse racing, lottery, online gaming. We already know that, sir. Actionable claim other than lottery, betting, gambling. Other than lottery, betting, gambling. Right? To that list, casinos has been added, horse racing has been added, online money gaming has been added. Are you all really with me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Repeat once again. Sir, actionable claim. All actionable claims are goods. Hello, sir. All actionable claims are goods other than lottery, betting, gambling. To that list now, they have added choke, correct? Casinos, horse racing, online money gaming. Repeat once again. Casinos, horse racing, online money gaming. So you tell me, sir, what is the definition of goods? Goods means, goods includes, goods excludes. Goods means every kind of movable property. Goods includes actionable claims, growing crops or grass or things attached to or forming part of land, which are agreed to be severed before supply or under a contract of supply. Right? Goods excludes money and securities. Sir, now for actionable claim, all actionable claims are goods. Correct? Yes, sir, this amendment will be relevant for the schedule 3. Correct? Yes, I'll come into that. Services section 2 subsection 102 of the So 2 clause 102, services means services includes, services excludes. Anything other than goods. Goods thavara ellame services includes activity relating to use of money or conversion of money from one form to another for a separate consideration or facilitating or arranging transaction in securities are services. Excludes what and what? So both definition of goods and definition of services excludes. Next one, sir, consideration 2 subsection 2 class 31 of the CGST Act. Correct? Yes, consideration means consideration includes, consideration by, consideration excludes. Consideration means payment in money or நீ cash out pay பண்ணலாம் கைண்டாவும் பே பண்ணலாம். ரெண்டுமே என்னதான் கன்சிடரேஷன் தான். It includes monetary value of any act or என்ன for the supply, forbearance for the supply. That means ஒரு சப்ளை பண்றதுக்கு நீ மானிட்டரி வேல்யூவா என்ன பண்றியோ இல்ல நீ என்ன தாங்கிக்கிறியோ அதுவும் என்னதான் கன்சிடரேஷன் தான். or by the recipient or any other person. அந்த கன்சிடரேஷன் recipient தந்தாலும் சரி any other person தந்தாலும் சரி. and it excludes subsidy given by central government and state government. Government subsidy வராது. கரெக்ட்டா? Yes sir. In this very important point, this note, deposit to be considered as payment only when the supplier applies such deposit as consideration for the said supply. Meaning என்னன்னா இப்ப ரெண்டல் டெபாசிட் கொடுக்குறீங்க இல்லையா, அந்த ரெண்டல் டெபாசிட் என்ன கிடையாது, கன்சிடரேஷன் கிடையாது. பட் நீங்க ரெண்ட் பே பண்ணல, அந்த ரெண்டல் டெபாசிட்ல இருந்து ஓனர் எடுத்து அப்ளை பண்ணிட்டாருன்னா அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்றேன்னு சொன்னாருன்னா அப்ப அந்த ரெண்டல் டெபாசிட் என்ன ஆகும்? So deposit to be considered as payment only when the என்ன apply such a deposit as consideration for the. Shall we move into the 2 clause 84 of the CGST Act? We are having definition of person. Sir, part 1, set 2, set 3, set 1, mokka set, correct? Individual, HUF, AOP or BOI for LLP. Part number 2, company, corporation, body corporate, society, cooperative society, central government, state government, local authority, trust or AJP. This is the definition of person. Now moving to 2 subsection 17 of the enactment CGST Act. 7 subsection 1 clause A provides that supply should be made for by a person in the course of furtherance of business. So we should know what business is all about, correct? Yes, sir. What GST Act is saying that this activity will tantamount to business. Any trade, commerce, manufacture, profession, vocation, even if there is no என்ன benefit இல்லனா கூட consideration இல்லனா கூடன்னு சொல்லல, monetary benefit இல்லனா கூட என்னதான், or any activity incidental or to it, ancillary to it, or any activity of same nature whether or not there is n or not. அப்ப வால்யூம் இருந்தாலும் சரி வால்யூம் இல்லைனாலும் சரி, கண்டினியூட்டி இருந்தாலும் சரி கண்டினியூட்டி இல்லைனாலும் சரி, மானிட்டரி பெனிஃபிட் இருந்தாலும் சரி மானிட்டரி பெனிஃபிட் இல்லைனாலும் சரி, all will tantamount to business. Next one sir, we know that sir classes, correct? Yes sir. ANM Classes is the definition of business. ANM stands for 5 things. He is number 1 in 5 things. Any trade, commerce, manufacture, profession, vocation. Even if there is no right. C stands for club or association. L stands for license. A stands for admission for a consideration. S stands for service as a. E stands for engaged as public authority. And S stands for supply or acquisition of goods, including capital goods and services in connection with the. So, provision or facility by club or association to its members for a consideration, correct? Yes, sir. If any club or association is providing any services to its members, hello sir, it is a business. As per section 7, subsection 1, class AA, right? Yes, sir. Activity by any club, race club, by way of totalizator or license to bookmaker in such club is also a business. Correct? Yes, sir. Once it becomes business, then only it will become supply. Yes, sir. முதல்ல என்ன ஆகணும்? அப்பதான் supply ஆகும். Supply ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் business ஆகக்கூடாது. Business ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் okay, right. Admission for consideration to any premises. Wherever you go, you are paying some consideration, sir, for as admission fee. That is a business. Once it becomes business, my dear lovable students, sir, it will become supply. Sir, இதுக்கான exception now O stands for other events. Even though you are paying what? Consideration of rupees 500 per person per ticket, it is enough from GST. And இதுக்கான exception தான் sir jungle, because service provided by way of right to admission to museum, national park, wildlife sanctuary, tiger reserve, zoo are without limit. Are you all really with me? Sir, that's O stands for other events are with the limit of 500. Those other places are without limit. It is exemption. Service as a end of office, either accepted in the course of trade or profession, or any activity by government or local authority in which they are engaged as Even let them do, sir, government do any activity, even that is also a business. But it is subject to 7 subsection 2 and section 11 of the CGST Act. Because 7 subsection 2 class B is saying that any activity or transaction undertaken by the central government, state government or local authority in which they are engaged as public authority, as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of the council, shall either be treated as supply of goods nor be treated as supply of. And this should be read with section 11 of the CGST Act, like Sarkar. We are exemption called as Sarkar. Correct? So if it is covered in Sarkar, even though it is business, it is not a taxable supply, it will be an exempt supply. Clarity? Supply or acquisition of goods, including any goods, in service in connection with commencement or closure of the business. If you are either supplying or acquisition of goods, including capital goods, then, my dear lovable students, it will be treated as business. So these activities will tantamount to business. Sir, if it amount to business, it will tantamount to supply. We have understood that supply should be a supply. For a supply to attract GST. Appo business avanuma? Business anada? Supply anada GST attract agulya. For a supply to attract GST, supply must be taxable. Supply has been broadly defined and mean any supply of dash or dash or dash which is leviable to tax under the NL law. Business ஆர்க்கு சப்ளை ஆர்க்கு ஆனா எங்களுக்கு அதுல டாக்ஸ் வேணுமா வேணாமா நாங்க டிசைட் பண்ணிருப்போம் இல்லையா. if it is நாங்க வந்து என்னவே பண்ணல, லெவியபிளே கிடையாது. அப்ப அது பிசினஸா இருந்தா கூட சப்ளையா இருந்தா கூட அதுக்கு ஜிஎஸ்டி கட்ட வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்ல. Sir, exemption may be provided to specified goods or services or to a specified category of person or entities making supply as per section 11 of the CGST Act. In case அது exemptionல மாட்டிக்கிச்சுனா அது taxable supply கிடையாது. It's a என்ன supply? And supply should be by a என்ன person? Taxable person means a person who are registered or liable to be registered under section 22 or 24. அப்ப registered person நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்லுவோம்? Taxable person. அப்ப taxable person குள்ள யார் இருக்கா? Registered person. Hence இவனே என்ன registered person? Who's liable to be registered is a taxable person. Sir, I have not taken registration, but I am so liable for registration is also a taxable person. Similarly, a person not liable to be registered but has taken any registration as per 25 subsection 3 of the CGST Act and got himself registered is also a taxable person means a registered person. Taxable person means a person who are liable for registration. Taxable person means a person who has taken under section 25 subsection 3. Hence a supply between two non-taxable person do not constitute in a taxable supply. நீ காலையில போய் டீ குடிச்சேனா, டீ கடையில போய் டீ குடிச்சேனா, நீ குடிக்கிற டீ கடையில சார் அவங்க ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் எடுத்திருக்காங்களா? நோ சார். Are they liable for registration? No sir. Have they taken voluntary registration? No sir. That means they are not a taxable person. Are you a taxable person? No sir. Hello sir. Yes, sir. That means you are not liable to pay GST. இதே நீ ஸ்டார்பக்ஸ்ல போய் டீ குடிச்சேன்னு வெச்சுக்கவே, டாடா என்டர்பிரைஸ் ஒரு டீக்கு 250 ரூபாய் வாங்குறாங்க. சார் நீ என்ன கொடுத்து தான் குடிக்கணும்? Further, there is no condition that supply need to be made to another person, another person. Supply made to self are also taxable. நான் எனக்கே சப்ளை பண்ணா அதுவும் taxable தான். அதனால தான் branch transfer, அதனால தான் stock transfer are liable to GST. Because if you take two separate registration, it will be treated as distinct person. So even self supply are also taxable. Paka. Yes, sir. We are moving into the next chapter, section 7, subsection 1, class AA. Correct? Yes, sir. What is section 7, subsection 1, class AA? Activities or transaction by a person other than an individual. So the supplier should not be a individual. Let him may be any person. So we know the person definition.
Yes, sir.
Category 1, category 2, category 3. To its members or constituents or vice versa. For cash, defer payment or other valuable consideration is a. For that section 7 subsection 1 NIAA, we are having an explanation. To discuss this explanation only we are discussing this chapter, correct?
Yes, sir.
It is hereby clarified that notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, or any judgment or any degree or any order of court or tribunal or authority, the person and its members or constituents shall be deemed to be two separate persons. That means even the Supreme Court is saying that members and the club are one and the same. We will not accept. For the purpose of GST law, it is notwithstanding anything contained in the provision of any other provisions of the law. எங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் club வேற members வேற. If any club is providing any service to its own members, my dear lovable students, hello, it should be treated as business. It should be treated as supply. For that we want GST. So it is hereby another clarify that notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, or any judgment or degree or order of any court, tribunal, authority, the person and its members or constituent shall be deemed to be two separate persons, and supply of activity or transaction NSA shall be deemed to be taken from one such person to the another. So this has been created for the internal purpose of GST, correct?
Yes, sir.
Even Supreme Court does not have the power to say that person is different, club is different and members is different. நாங்க சொல்லி இருக்கோம் அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் ஒண்ணுதான்னு நாளைக்கு நீங்க சொன்னாலும் நாங்க ஒத்துக்க மாட்டோம், because they are distinct person, my dear lovable students, right?
Yes, sir.
Then we are having importation of services. Importation may be of either import of goods and import of services, correct?
Yes, sir.
If it is import of goods, it is covered under Customs Act. If it is importation of services, it is under the purview of
GST Act.
the term supply includes import of services for a consideration whether or not in the. So it is applicable only for what and what? Because goods are covered under the ambit of services should be provided for a services may be in the course or. So services may be in the course or furtherance of business or not?
Yes, sir.
This implies that dash of services even for end consumption will also qualify as supply and therefore would be liable to tax. Are you really with me?
Yes, sir.
Sir, this is an initiative where we will be talking about 30 minutes of the GST. Will be coming from section 7. We'll be doing till sir 140, which is including for inter and final. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when you are listening to this, I'm talking to the online, you enjoy this part, revise that part along with me. Within 15-20 days, we'll be reaching to the end. This I will be giving you a summary to help the students who already studied with me or who are studying, and which will be surely beneficial for the students who are hearing even for the first time. So enjoy the series. We will be uploading all the subject of inter. Sir, enjoy the series and share your happiness. We'll meet at the appropriate time. Till that, thank you. Bye bye.